Oh, there it goes. I thought it wasn't working there for a second. Okay. And, okay. Cool. All right, anybody in the chat sound off so I know the audio's working, and then we can start. I'm always paranoid about the audio not working. They can't hear me. It's always a fear. All right, we'll just give it a minute or two for people to find the stream. Then we can get moving. And okay. Great. All right, happy Sunday, everybody. Also, happy tax season. Not really a happy time of the year for a lot of people. Definitely isn't for me. I've got a stack of things here I still need to file. I made the appointment, booked the appointment a couple of days ago, and I'm just dreading it already. But yeah, we got Daredevil Born Again. Season 2 has begun. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about there. I'm sure we'll get into it as usual. If you're joining us for the first time, the way this works is I will go over the episode, I'll give all my thoughts, and then we'll do super chats at the end. So get those in if you're so inclined. And then once the stream is over, I will set this video to private, and then I'll upload it to the live streaming channel in the next day or two. Link to that is in the description box down there. So, okay, yeah. All right, why don't we get this show a rolling here? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay. All right, let me just move this so I can see the chat. Damn microphone is always in the way. All right. All right. So Daredevil Born Again Season 2. For the record, I don't know if we'll have a set day and time for these streams. I'm doing it on Sunday because that worked for me. It might not work for me next week. So who knows? Because we got a movie coming out next week, Super Mario Galaxy. So I don't know if it'll be on Sunday every week. Might not be. Probably. We'll see. Anyhow. All right. Season 2, Episode 1 of Daredevil Born Again. Immediately, you can tell there's a lot of real-world influences going on here. The episode begins with the BB Report, one of those doco-style newsreels they were doing in Season 1 by BB Urich. And it shows that New Yorkers it shows New Yorkers who are really drinking Kingpin's Kool-Aid. About crime being down in the city and prices being down and whatnot, and everything being really awesome because of Mayor Fisk and how he's cleaned everything up and he's doing great things for the city and whatnot. And if all that spin doctoring sounds eerily familiar, it should. You can probably tell where that came from, where they're getting their inspiration from. And I don't think it's a big secret. Then we go to a cargo ship in the East River. And this scene is very reminiscent of the opening of Netflix Daredevil Season 1 and how that show began. You've got Matt taking out these armed thugs all around these shipping containers. Cool callback there. Then he goes inside the ship, and Matt just like snaps their arm in half like a twig. It's just hard-hitting, bone-crunching stuff. It's amazing. Loved it. Damn, there is nothing like a Daredevil fight scene. Nothing else like them in the MCU. These things always deliver. So Matt finds a lot of military hardware and weapons on the ship. But the captain and the first mate, they realize that they've been boarded. And they had orders what to do in this case. So they get the hell out of there and they sink the ship. And they do this really cool thing to show Matt's super hearing picking this up, where they change the aspect ratio of the screen as he gets wind of this. And And so he makes his escape as the ship is capsizing in the bay. Very slick. The directing and editing was on point there. That's a really cool effect. Also, Matt has a new suit. Somehow. I don't know where he got it. He's supposed to be underground at this point. I mean, did that fashion designer guy from She-Hulk hook him up? Who knows? Looks pretty slick. I do prefer the red one. I don't know if the Daredevil suit works in black. And red is more... I think red works with the devil motif more than the black does, but you know, it looks good. So he heads back to Josie's. It's abandoned now, but he's been hiding out there. I just had a huge grin on my face during this scene. And did we just lose the fucking feed here? No, stream health is... No? Okay, all right. It froze up for a second there. Sorry. On my face here, after we spent all of last season watching Matt with what's-her-face, therapist lady, who, I mean, I don't know if anybody really liked her. I mean, I guess we weren't supposed to because she was there to be the woman who's not Karen Page, but now we get the payoff for that. And it's great. I mean, however much or however little time it lasts for. I mean, I just love... So they know now that Kingpin is smuggling weapons into the city. And they mention calling a certain someone who might be able to get them proof, Jessica Jones. And then they presumably go to bed. Giggity. Honestly, if the episode had ended there, I would have been very happy. This was a crowd-pleasing start to season 2. A lot of crowd-pleasing stuff here. All right, so Kingpin and all of his people go to survey the shipwreck because the boat is still... It hasn't sunk in the bay. It's like there's still part of it sticking out of the water there. And it was at this point that I said to myself, damn, there are a lot more characters than I remember. And I don't remember any of their names. So I may have to look their names up from time to time, or I'll just assign nicknames. And there's even more characters coming, by the way. So, I mean, there's a lot of people to keep track of here. Possibly too many, actually. That could be a problem. Back with Matt and Karen. Matt talks about how if they can expose Fisk, expose that he's running guns and weapons and stuff, and expose him, then he'll be held accountable. Karen is skeptical about that, and I'm probably more in her camp. Fisk has been like Teflon. Nothing sticks to this guy. So holding him accountable for anything, really, good luck. Darkent83, I see your super chat. Thank you very much. I'll get to them. You'll be first in line as soon as we're done with the review here. Karen gets a message from Jess, who got them a lead on the ship's captain and first mate. Currently unaccounted for, but they did make it off the ship. And they were the only ones who knew what kind of cargo that ship was really carrying, so that's a big one. They gotta find those guys. We go to the mayor's office, where Fisk meets with the attorney general for the first time, who seems like an honest, no-nonsense guy who's not putting up with Kingpin's bullshit. And he goes right at him. Fisk, you're making a lot of big moves here that are not necessarily legal without clearing it with the governor or anybody else. I need some answers and you need some damn oversight, Mr. Mayor. But then he gets one mysterious phone call from Mr. Fontaine and he just rolls over and shows his belly like a good boy. I don't know how to feel about this. Last time we saw Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine was in Thunderbolts / New Avengers, where she was... Well, neutered isn't the right word, but the movie was not kind to her. And she was frankly made out to be a complete idiot in that movie, which I didn't like. I don't know why viewers should ever take her seriously after that. So I would prefer it if we just steered clear of that character altogether. Because if you're asking us to treat her as if she has any real authority or has any credible leverage over the fucking Kingpin, excuse me, yeah, I don't buy that. No, Kingpin is up here. Val is much lower, I'm afraid. Sorry, Val, it's true. But Matthew Lillard shows up, and I guess he's associated with her, representing her interests or something. Okay, if you're going to tie this into whatever Val is doing right now, so be it. I just don't care to see her. I don't. No, I think the movie made her too silly and too comedic, and that doesn't work on a show like this that's playing it dead serious. So, get some mixed feelings about that. I don't think it works. But we'll see. All right, then we go to Therapist Lady, who last we saw had agreed to work. Jacques Duquesne, swordsman. And that's weird. Wasn't he a prisoner of Fisk's, locked up in the same place he had Frank Castle locked up at the end of season 1? So did Frank not free him when he busted out? I guess not. But why wouldn't Frank free him and all the other people? I don't know. That's very strange. Maybe this is one of those hiccups that came from the rejiggering that season 1 went through during the creative changes. Hopefully those are done. Hopefully those are done now. From season 2 onward, I believe it's all one creative vision with the new team they brought in to fix the problems. But yeah, I can't explain this one. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I feel like Frank should have freed Swordsman, and if he didn't, well, that was not very nice, Frank. So Therapist Lady is hallucinating Muse now. Guess that's how they're fitting him in. Now, so she's a little on edge, and she's coming down hard on the vigilantes. That's where this all stems from, is the experience with Muse. So Swordsman is not playing ball with her, but he could be in. Yeah, they're just they've got him pegged as a vigilante, and they really want him to go down, and everyone else too. We go to the law firm, Murdoch and McDuffie. We see Matt's legal partner, Kirsten, I think, and investigator guy, Cherry. I guess the firm is taking on all the cases of the people Kingpin's task force has been rounding up. I guess Swordsman is one of those people. The ones they haven't killed anyway. And Kirsten's also worried about Matt, who she hasn't heard from. And then some guy from the DA's office shows up, obviously corrupt, not even trying to hide it. He tries to get Kirsten to come over back to the DA's office and play for the winning team, but she won't do it. And she's not dropping the cases. And I don't dislike this Kirsten character. Damn it, I miss Foggy. I do. I mean, she's basically a rewritten Foggy. This is the role he would have been in. I feel like all this would work better if it was just Foggy. And I'm still not sold on this idea of killing Foggy off. They have not convinced me that was the right move to make. Because, I mean, I just... Now, we know that Foggy will appear in Season 2 at some point. We don't know in what way. Maybe flashbacks, or maybe they'll bring him back. Maybe they faked his death somehow. I hope so. I hope they bring Foggy back, because I am enjoying Born Again a lot, but without Foggy, something is definitely missing. Cherry meets with Matt, who he's been in contact with, secretly. It's a nice scene. They're friends. They trust each other. Matt's got him trying to track down the captain and the first mate from the ship. Meanwhile, the task force tracked the captain down to some Greek restaurant, and they rough up the owner, who very pointedly calls them fascists. And I would be very careful with that word if I were in the writer's room. It gets thrown around a lot these days, and a lot of people, they hear it and they just roll their eyes now. Now, if you want to draw real-world parallels, you can do that, but be subtle about it, for God's sake. Just saying. And we see the rest of the baby report, where it's not clear what's happening. It looks like it got hacked by some guy in Kingpin cosplay, acting all cartoonishly but truthfully evil, and talking about all the criminal stuff he actually did, and what all this good stuff he's doing is the smokescreen for. And we don't know. I'm intrigued, but it is a little bit confusing what's actually going on here. So BB goes to a party at Gandolfini Jr.'s place. Gandolfini Jr., he's like the Weasley sycophant guy. And their dynamic is interesting. He's kind of an unknowing source of information for her about Fisk without him realizing it. Mayor Fisk owns the building. He cut me a deal. Isn't that awesome? And he's definitely becoming more corrupt as he moves up the ladder. Deputy mayor now. Good for him, I guess. But at the same time, they are friends, and she worries about him. It's complex, and it's messy, but it's fun. And I don't need to see a lot of these two, but they're fine in small doses. All right, Matt goes to talk to the restaurant owner. She has got kind of an off-the-books operation here, helping certain people of interest get out of the city. Excuse me. Under the nose of city officials. But she can't really help Matt. The task force took the captain, so we'll probably never see him again. And sure enough, they kill that poor bastard. And he did everything he was told to do, and he gets a bullet in the head for his trouble. At least Buck was polite about it. Because the task force goon was really roughing him up. Then Buck comes in, kind of apologizes for the guy's uncouth behavior, and then he shoots him. So at least Buck has some manners. We go from there to a dinner with the Fisks and Matthew Lillard. And it's strange because Kingpin doesn't seem to have a lot of power in this situation. Lillard isn't calling all of the shots, but he is saying, okay, look, we'll make use of your Red Hook warehouse to unload those weapons once we salvage the boat. But it needs to be done in a certain way, and we'll have to eliminate any loose ends afterwards. Now, I can handle all of that stuff, but it is non-negotiable. And Fisk just kind of goes along with this. And I don't know if that sits right. Again, this guy is representing Val, who really is not in a good position to be credibly intimidating anyone after Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, she isn't. Now, if this is building up to Kingpin turning the table in that yet. There's a nice scene with Karen and BB. Karen warns BB to watch herself because she's getting really involved now. BB's uncle died protecting Karen from Fisk, of course, and, she has a lot of guilt about that, so don't join your uncle is what she's saying. Good stuff here. Tying the show back to the Netflix series is never a bad thing. I like that continuity. The DA guy calls therapist lady. And he's like, hey, could you do me a very helpful, very insightful, but if you could, just tweak them a little bit to make him look like a dangerous sociopath, that would really help me out with this trial. And she does it. And she doesn't need much convincing either, because she's hallucinating Muse again, and she's got a lot of unresolved issues about these vigilante people, even though one literally saved her life. I like what they're doing with her here. She's not with Matt anymore, so we don't have to tolerate her in that way. That makes a big difference. And she's working for the bad guys, but her reasons make sense. I think she seems to know that she shouldn't be doing what she's doing, but you see why. It's not out of malice. She's just got trauma that she's not unpacking. And I think watching her mentally unravel is a much better use of this character than what Season 1 did. I guess Season 1 had to set that up, but still, it just... I didn't really care to spend time with her in Season 1. Now, at least, she's interesting. Matt and Karen, not totally on the same page. Karen really misses their normal life, but Matt is like, do I miss it? I mean, kind of. Sometimes, yeah, I like this as well. You can see what they're going for here. The story is that these two, they work together, And if the world were a different place, they'd be, like this. But that's not the world they live in, so there's stuff in the way, and it doesn't make it easy for them. So we got like one scene where they were really happy, as happy as two people can be in a situation like this, and now it's already getting complicated. Well, that didn't take long. The first mate from the ship shows up at the restaurant, but that's for next time. And then, oh man, that final scene, oh boy. The task force shows up at Sherry's apartment. They rough him up, but Daredevil storms in and starts obliterating these assholes, and god damn it, that never ever gets old. I can watch that all day. But Cherry's heart starts going haywire. Listening to Foggy's heart give out on him, so he gets distracted just for a second, and the task force goons turn the tables on him. They even unmask him. But then some mystery sniper just kills every single one of them. And for a second, I was thinking Punisher. Like, I think a lot of us were, right? I mean, yeah, they said Punisher wouldn't appear in season 2, but, they say a lot of things. So when the knife ricocheted Matt's ass, holy shit. Are you kidding me? What the... I mean, alright, Fisk is after both of them, so maybe it's an enemy of my enemy thing, but wow. That is so twisted and so fucked up, and I love it. That's one hell of a cliffhanger. I cannot wait to see where that goes. So, we are off to the races with Born Again Season 2. I do have a few notes. The pacing feels much better, and that was an issue in Season 1 as well. They blasted out of the gate with those first 20 minutes of Season 1, but then they kind of eased back into first gear for like more than half the season. And I still really enjoyed it. But it did take too long to get Matt back in the suit. And you can tell from the previous version before the retooling. Now it's all one cohesive vision here, I'm pretty sure. The story's moving faster, that helps a lot. I do think they are right on the verge of having too many characters. And there's still more coming, because Jessica Jones hasn't showed up yet. And I don't dislike any of these people, but I also don't really need that much of them. When they're focused on the core Daredevil cast, Matt, Karen, the Fisks, Bullseye, etc., I'm good. When they start branching out to the law firm and therapist lady and Gandolfini Jr. and the lead task force asshole and all these other people, I think less is more. It just seems like there's a lot of subplots and a lot of balls in the air right now. I think mileage may vary on some of that stuff, and they're running the risk of things getting too crowded. Ironically, they might be thinning their hoping would stick around, because Cherry is cool, and now he might be dead. We'll see. Also, there's definitely a ripped from the headlines aspect to this. But Season 1 was the same way. It was more subtle, but it was there. And Season 2 would have been quite a while ago. Season 2 would have been written quite a while ago, excuse me. Now are probably just a coincidence. But you never know. Now, if they want to comment on real-world events or use certain real-world people for inspiration, again, they did it in Season 1, I don't have an issue with that if it's smart and it makes sense. And that's a big if. Forgive me if I'm skeptical of Marvel's ability to do that well. They have lost the benefit of the doubt, let's say it that way. But they set all this up in Season 1. So right now it does make sense. But there is potential for the allegory to get really blunt really fast. And we did see a few hints of this. And when that happens, it's not so smart anymore. So, that's something to keep. This was really strong. The action is still great. Directing, top-notch. Character work is on point. Season 1 had a few bumps in the road. But just going by this episode, I mean, it sure feels like they've ironed things out. I mean, there's room for them to fuck it up, sure, and they could, but, you know, a few nitpicks aside, I thought they really hit the ground running here. Episode. Okay. Let's see what you guys thought. Let's see. Darkin83, just supporting my guy. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. And please don't take the stream down, or at least keep it unlisted. I won't be able to watch the whole thing. I have to go to work. Okay, Lost Horizon Zero. If you missed the stream or you can't follow it, it'll be up on the live streaming channel in the next day or two. It will be set to private once this stream is over. Just go to the live streaming channel. Link is just in the description box down there. But yeah, the streams don't get deleted. I don't delete anything. It'll be uploaded. Did Foggy come back to life? Not yet. I believe they faked his death in the comics at one point. As far as we know, Foggy is still dead. But we know the actor, Eldon, I forget his last name, Hansen? Maybe, I don't know. But we know the actor is returning for season 2, because he was in the trailer, and they announced it beforehand. But yeah, he'll be appearing in some capacity. Maybe dream sequence, maybe flashback, or maybe he comes back to life somehow. Maybe they faked his death like in the comics. Okay. I don't like the very clear political agenda attached to the show. All right, that's fair. I will maintain that was in season 1 too. You know, some people didn't quite notice it as much in season 1. It was there. If you're paying attention. That's why I'm very it's like it's a proceed with caution type of thing for me. Like I said, I mean, I'm okay with it if you do it well. If you don't do it well, my patience for it disappears pretty quickly. I mean, currently it all makes sense, like within the narrative, like in context. You can see how they set it up, and this would have been, I don't know when season 2 was written, but I mean, considering the current production model, I mean, it would have been a worse in the parallels to like Ice and stuff. I think that's a coincidence. It's just a really, really weird coincidence. But you know, that stuff does happen when you do stuff like this. If you don't like it, that's your prerogative. I know some it may turn off some people. I'm not saying it won't. I know a lot of people just don't trust fictional shows to do like political allegory well anymore. I don't blame them for thinking that, because a lot of shows just do not do it well. We'll see. Not sure what. You can't see though. Yeah, but Matt can like feel the message with his super touch or whatever. He could figure it out. And it just posted a whole bunch of things. I wish the chat room wouldn't do this. It posts a whole bunch of comments all at once, so I keep losing my place. Happens every time. Dude, we're in a discussion and I'm discussing. Could you please allow me some room to talk? I'll respond to everything. What is the live stream channel? The live stream channel is where all my live streams go up. Again, just go into the description box. There's a link down there. That's where this stream will be uploaded tomorrow or the day after. I can't keep them up on the main channel because the algorithm will just the algorithm doesn't take kindly to that stuff. So it'll just that'll hurt my analytics. So I can't. I gotta put them on private and upload them to a different channel, unfortunately. Got here pretty late, so not sure if you mentioned this or not, but general consensus from other reviewers who have seen most of the episodes is that things pick up a lot after episode 2. Yeah, I've heard that. And we got there are episodes 2 and 3 next week. So maybe that's a two-parter? Don't know. And, yeah, I think they did that in season 1. Had 2 episodes in 1 week, because I think there was an episode where Matt, it looked like Matt was about to become Daredevil again, and then I think the very next episode was the bank episode, and then the one after that is when he put the suit back on, so they put those 2 episodes together. Yeah, so maybe they're doing a thing like that. Using a browser to watch, I can't see descriptions. Okay, just look, just YouTube search Thorias Unlimited live streams, and it ought to be the first one that comes up. Name of the channel, Thorias Unlimited live streams. Okay. All right. Thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer? My thoughts are it looks very confusing. I have no idea what the story is. And there's a lot of characters. Also, apparently Sadie and I guess Sadie Sink is in it, isn't it? Possibly playing Jean Grey. I don't know if we've confirmed that yet. I don't know what the hell's going on in this movie. We've got Scorpion. We've got The Hand. We've got Punisher. We've got Bruce Banner. We've got some subplot about Sadie Sink and damage control coming after her, which, I mean, if she is playing Jean Grey, I don't know how the hell that's supposed to work. Like, damage control? Oh, you mean the same jackasses who got the clown car treatment by a bunch of idiot teenagers in the Ms. Marvel finale? And then were a complete fucking joke in She-Hulk and Wonder Man? Those guys? Those guys are hunting an Omega-level telekinetic and telepath? And we're supposed to think that Jean Grey needs... Really? 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 Damage control is still a thing? Really? Don't get me started. Yeah, I mean, there were some cool things in the trailer, but also it was bad in the sense that I have no idea what the story is. I assume part of it is going to be about Peter just missing MJ and Ned. But there's... And also they hinted that maybe... how do I say this? I don't know. I remember there was a story in the comics where he was Peter. I mean, he was having like he was in a really bad place, and he was kind of like he was like sleeping in like a webbed up cocoon, and there's something like there were shades of that. You see Peter waking up naked in a web cocoon, sort of, and I guess there's something happening to him, like there's, like maybe he's mutating or changing or something, and I don't know how this ties into all the other stuff in the trailer. It's just all over the place. But the trailer was very confusing. I don't know how Jean Grey is supposed to tie into any of that. Excuse me. Sorry. It's allergies. I'm just not getting excited for any upcoming movies now. Yeah, I don't blame you. It won't be Spider-Man movie. Instead, it will be Enter the X-Men movie. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Why would they be introducing Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie? There was a tweet, I think it was earlier today, where they said they signed Sadie Sink for 5 movies. Let's say, for instance, she is playing Jean Grey. Why is one of those movies going to be a Spider-Man movie? Does that make any sense at all? And frankly, I don't know why you need to introduce mutants yet anyway. I mean, like before Secret Wars, where presumably you're gonna like soft reboot the universe and put mutants in, then just leave it until then. You don't have to do it now. People were claiming Rogue was on the bus very briefly because the girl had similar hair. Yeah, that's not Rogue. No, it's just somebody with hair like hers. At best, it's an Easter egg. That is not Rogue. People can relax. When the season is done, will you do a complete recorded review or just streams? We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Because season 1, I did a recorded review of the first episode, and the views really weren't huge on that one, so I switched to streams. And I said everything I needed to say with the streams, and honestly, I miss doing these. It is fun interacting with all you guys. Anyway, so it's fun to do it this way once in a while. Let's see. The Other, where they introduced Morlun. It could be shades of that in there. Feels like the main plot in Spider-Man is his further mutation. Possibly, yeah. Not sure if that's a justification to start introducing mutants. Will you do a stream review of The Boys' final season? I don't know. Possibly, or I could just do it a recorded review. Well, we'll see. I haven't talked about The Boys in a while, actually. Just haven't gotten to it. I am really excited for the final season, though. Yeah, I hope I get a chance to talk about The Boys. We'll see if it works out with the schedule. Let's see, I saw nothing in the trailer that suggested mutants are a big part of Spider-Man. Well, Sadie Sink wasn't in the trailer yet. I think there's a different version of a trailer going around. I haven't seen that one, but she is in that one. And we saw him talking to Bruce Banner. He's saying, "Hey, Dr. Banner, I need your help," or something like that. And you see his body getting scanned. So obviously, there's something going on inside Peter's body that he needs help with. Maybe some kind of mutation happening there. Okay. You guys are not fans of Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah, they did kind of fuck that one up, didn't they? I'm not sure how we went down that rabbit hole. Okay, it seems like you guys are just not fans of a lot of these MCU shows. You hated Falcon Winter Soldier, seeing how they fucked up WandaVision as well. And better, huh? Really is a shame considering the amount of money they pumped into them. How about the animated side of things? What do you guys think of those? Oh, that's been a real mixed bag, hasn't it? Still can't believe how bad Marvel Zombies was. Oh my god. Of course, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wow, really not a fan of the choices they made with that show. Also, X-Men 97. Boy, that X-Men 97 season 2 starts in a couple months. Can you believe that? It's been over 2 years. Yet season 2 is finally almost here. Oh, I will definitely have a lot to talk about with that show. Bucky isn't allowed to be the new Captain America, but he can be a politician. Can he be? Because it seemed like he was only a congressman for like 2 scenes, and then suddenly he was just done. Is Bucky still a congressman? I don't know. But wow, that whole storyline just got that whole storyline just got tossed in the bin, didn't it? Like, why even bother? It's just funny to me. Like in Brave New World, he's running for Congress. And then a couple months later, in Thunderbolts, he's already been elected to Congress and served half a term, and he's completely fed up and bored with it. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. I'm going back to being a superhero. Like, we barely saw him doing the job. Okay. You guys have any more questions? For any of these Disney Plus shows? No, we haven't been doing this that long, but not sure how long my voice is going to last for. I guess. There's rumors that this Spidey movie will appear the Man Spider. If that's true, man, will I stick to the Chad 90s Taz Spider-Man. Man Spider. Yeah, they did that storyline in Spider-Man the Animated Series. I remember that. Sorry, I'm just thinking about that cartoon now. I wish I had fonder memories of Spider-Man the Animated Series. when I think about it, I think about how they obviously ran into like production issues and they probably budgetary issues, and they were just reusing um, the same stock footage over and over and over again in the later seasons. And also also the dialogue could be really corny in that show too. I don't know. I wish I liked that show more than I do. Started out really well though. Who's your favorite X-Men member? I mean, in general, or from X-Men '97, or well, either way. The favorite is Gambit. Also love Rogue. Emma Frost is up there too. Yeah, those are three of the big ones. Over the years, I've gained a lot of appreciation for Cyclops, which is weird because I didn't used to like Cyclops. I mean, for the longest time, I was like, I can take or leave this guy. He doesn't really interest me. And then I didn't really care about him until the Grant Morrison run in the comics. And Morrison showed me how like fascinating and complex this character actually is. And yeah, he's been cool since then. Hasn't always had the best writing. But yeah, I like Cyclops. Tops though. Those are my babies. So I had a lot of mixed feelings about X-Men '97. It'll be okay, hopefully. We got season 2. That should be the payoff for what season 1 put them through. Fingers crossed. Emma Frost wasn't in TAS 92 for very long at all, sadly. Yeah. I think she was only in the Phoenix Saga arc as part of the Hellfire Club. Of course, that was before Emma became a really big character in the comics, so we can forgive that. I am hoping that she has a role in '97. She was in season 1 like very briefly. Yeah, they gotta put Emma Frost in there. Come on, she's such a great character. Who's your favorite X-Men villain? Huh. If I don't know, if I pick one, I guess I'm going with Sabretooth. And I couldn't tell you why. I like Sabretooth a lot. He's one of my favorite villains. I think a lot of that comes from X-Men the Animated Series back from the 90s, where he was absolutely freaking terrifying in that show. I mean, they kind of nerfed him in the later seasons, but wow, his early appearances in that show, Jesus. And what was technically a kid's show, it was like a horror movie villain. Plus, he's just a really cool character when you get into him in the comics. Just really, really, really cool. Also love Apocalypse. Especially in the animated series. I think the comics have kind of the comics really haven't done him justice in recent years. Now they're trying to phase him out and replace him with Doug Ramsey, which is so stupid. I don't know where they got the idea that friggin' Cypher could become like some top tier A-list villain. It's not going to happen. Yeah, Cypher is gonna be the new Apocalypse. Yeah, right. Come on. Sabretooth scared me when I was still a kid with the original X-Men. Oh, hell yeah. He was terrifying, wasn't he? In the cartoon? I couldn't believe they had him do some of the stuff he did. I think one of his first appearances, he nearly kills Wolverine. I mean, they couldn't show blood, obviously, but I mean, he just like gashed him open across the stomach, and they no, not a drop of blood, but you could tell. I mean, Wolverine was seriously hurt, and holy moly. Later on, when he attacked him in like the Canadian or like the Arctic or wherever the hell it was, dude, Sabretooth's awesome. Again, that was before they nerfed him. Afterward, it wasn't the same in the later seasons, but still, Sabretooth is fucking cool. Sinister was great in the animated series. Not so much in the comics anymore, but he's just been completely overused. Like they were using Sinister so much during the Krakoan era comics, and now then all of a sudden, and he's like the villain again in Exceptional X-Men, that run that was not good, and now they're using his technology in this new comics. Just okay, enough with Sinister already. Just let him go away for a while. He's a cool character, but there's such a thing as too much. But in the animated series, holy shit, Sinister was. It was like. I mean, go back and watch like his appearances in season 2 of X-Men the Animated Series. It is a horror show, in the best way. Again, freaking kids show. This guy was freaking like he walked out of a nightmare or something. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how dark that got. Sorry, a lot of my references for this are from the animated series. It's such a great show, though. Yeah, Juggernaut, he's cool. Maybe not so much these days because they tried to. Yeah, the comics have did this really stupid thing in recent years when they did Krakoa, and they gave all their villains a get out of jail free card, and like all their villains became their allies, and they all reformed, or the right idea that they were all reformed. So suddenly, Apocalypse and Sinister and Mystique and all these other people, they're all good guys now, because. It was so stupid. Oh, I hated that era so much. But yeah, Juggernaut's on an X-Men team now. I don't buy it. I think Juggernaut should be a villain. But yeah, he's kind of been on that path for years now. It's just I don't like it. I prefer him as a bad guy. Magneto is personally my favorite villain. Yeah, Magneto should be a villain too. I'm sorry. Like he's another one that they've reformed. And there's nothing special about Magneto anymore. Like now, when was the last time Magneto was a truly big deal? It's been a long time. I mean, these days, he's just Scott's toady. Like, he's Scott's executive assistant or something. He's just the guy who follows Scott around and, like, advises him from time to time, but he's not doing anything. I mean, at least when Magneto was a raving megalomaniac who was threatening the lives of millions of people on the regular, he felt relevant. Now he's not doing shit. It just seems like a waste. Why is it worth Magneto reforming and becoming a good guy or an ally or whatever if you're not going to do anything with him? Now, okay, if he becomes a villain again, at least you can have him do stuff, He can move the plot along. He can, kill a bunch of flat scans, whatever. I don't know. But, I mean, he'd have more to do than he would now. course, all the villains were reformed. The writers identify with the villains. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started. The X-Men's ethos is that Magneto's ideology is wrong. Now we've got a whole generation of writers who are self-inserting as Magneto and think he's the one who's right. It's just... I really hate it. Really hate it. Let's see. What about Norman Osborn trying to reform? Because for me, I hate it. You know, I believe there was a story in the Spider-Man comics where Norman, he was like cleansed by Sin Eater, and that I guess supposedly made him a good guy now. I didn't read that story. It's very weird. I think Norman as an ally is just a really hard sell. I don't know how you do that. I think at best it's just awkward. I mean, after all the stuff he did, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of allowance there because you could play the mental illness card or something. But yeah, I don't like it either. I don't think it works, and eventually they will make him evil again. But I think I've had all of Norman Osborn I could take. Really, I don't need any more. Let's see. When Xavier was off-world, Magneto tried to reform. Did he? I don't think he tried very hard. Nowadays, he has no reason to play hero. Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about 97. Yeah, I don't see how that character works as a hero in 97. I really don't. He literally tried to destroy the world. You know, he murdered all those people with the EMP, and they said it was only thousands of people, and that's bullshit, by the way. It would have been hundreds of millions of people who died in that EMP. Any attempt they ever make to redeem Magneto after that would never be credible. It would never work. And I'm sure they're going to try, but you know the second that he gets back from ancient Egypt, the UN is going to be coming for him. And no way in hell is he going to be found not guilty after that, because, I mean, we know he did it. I mean, they're going to try to send him back to prison. I don't know. And so either Magneto winds up back in jail, and then someone breaks him out like Exodus or something, or I don't know what the hell else they do after that. But I don't want to see Magneto anymore. I mean, they need to bench him for a while. Because, I mean, he was basically the main character of Season 1, and I didn't like that. Magneto needs to take a back seat so the show can go back to being about the X-Men. At least for Season 2. So, have him get arrested, X-Men can deal with Apocalypse, and then afterward we'll see what happens. But he needs to be held accountable for something. He did a lot of horrible things in Season 1. Don't even get me started on the Rogue stuff. But yeah, he needs to be held accountable for at least some of the stuff he did. Okay, Brad James 41. Thank you. Oh, wow. 10 down, that's a big one. Thank you very much. Just an appreciation. You are truly a man of the people. Hey, I do my best. Thank you so much. That's a big super chat. That's very generous of you. I think they're going to Season 3 now for Daredevil Born Again as well. Yeah, I think they're either shooting Season 3 now or they're about to start Season 3. But yeah, that's coming. Let's see. Also, Marvel trying to make Ms. Marvel a mutant was a bad idea, in my opinion, because personally, for me, I like Kamala Khan, but as an Inhuman, it made her interesting. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't understand this whole make her a mutant thing. I really don't. I think, honestly, I think a lot of this just comes from Kevin Feige being really enamored with Iman Vellani, like the actress who plays Ms. Marvel. I go back, I mean, I remember when they were doing press for the Marvels movie, I mean, like on the red carpet, Feige was just gushing about Iman Vellani. Yeah, okay, she's charming, but the character sucks. I mean, you've been forcing her down our throats for years now, and it's never worked out. Everything you put this character in fails. Okay, she can't carry a solo book. Nobody watched her Disney Plus show. The Marvels was a flop. The character doesn't work. They just refuse to give up on her, and then it's only gotten worse since they retconned her into a mutant, because now she's an Inhuman and a mutant at the same time, and they're telling us, like, via time travel, that apparently Kamala Khan is the future president of the United States who is going to bring mutant kind and humankind together and unite everyone. And they're retconning. You're using time travel to retcon her into all these famous, like, past X-Men stories, like Age of Apocalypse and the Dark Phoenix saga, just putting Kamala front and center in all of them. And it's like, guys, you're not going to make fetch happen. You're not. I don't know what the hell they think is so amazing about this character. Okay, in her original solo series, she was fine. She had her own little corner of the MCU. She was fighting monsters in Jersey City or whatever. She wasn't trying to, punch above her weight class or they weren't inserting her into places that she shouldn't be. But suddenly, I mean, they're trying to make her the new Spider-Man. Like, they're putting her in all these other books, and she's got to be in a book all the time. She's in Avengers books, she's in X-Men books, and nobody cares. They put her in the new NYX book as part of the From Canceled. Nobody cares. You've been shoving Kamala Khan down our throats for years now. People don't give a shit. They just refuse to give up on her. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I will never understand it. Say, oops, I meant purple sleeves with the giant M Magneto from the comics. He tried to follow Xavier's dream. Oh, yeah, well. Well, I don't think that works either, to be honest with you. I don't know if you were here a couple minutes ago. I went on a little rant about Magneto not working as a hero. He doesn't. He should go back to being a bad guy. At least then he'd have stuff to do. They even pushed her briefly in that Daredevil Born Again episode at the bank. Yeah. Oh, God. I didn't... God, he sits down with Kamala's dad, who starts gushing on, hey, we've got our own superhero in Jersey City, Ms. Marvel. You ever hear of it? He's like, dude, I'm just here for a loan. I'm just here to talk about my finances. Good Lord. Yeah, she was in the Avengers game as well. And yeah, didn't that game tank, as I recall? What's your opinion of Iceman? I liked him better before they retconned him into being gay. I think, Jester Bell did a great video about the Iceman thing a while ago. I forget how long ago it was, but I think she said something like, hey, and I think the character has just kind of faded away since then. I mean, he'll show up on the cover of the Marvel Pride special every year, but otherwise, what's he doing? Not much. I mean, his solo series didn't work. I think most recently he was in the Exceptional X-Men book that got canceled after like 10 issues. And didn't really do much of anything. I think most readers didn't even know what he was doing in there. I mean, these days it really does seem like they have no idea what to do with Iceman anymore. And I also think part of the problem is they made him too damn powerful. I guess Iceman has officially been an Omega level mutant for a while, but it has more problems than it solves. Because at that point, characters become so powerful, like writers struggle to figure out what to do. Because they solve so many problems, and they're so powerful, it's like, well, who can credibly challenge them at that point? And I think during Krakoa, Iceman literally helped them terraform the entire planet of Mars. Like, he used his powers to, like, change the environment or the climate or whatever. I was like, okay, well, you can't really have him, like, struggling to fight a Sentinel after that, can you? Or the Friends of Humanity, or the Purifiers. What are they to a guy who can terraform a planet? Realistically, I mean, what can you do with Iceman creatively without nerfing him back to a more reasonable power level? Realistically, how does he work now? I don't know. Then there's how they retconned him into being gay, which was such a stupid idea. It was and is a stupid idea. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. It's not going to work as long as they keep writing him like this. It's a shame, too, because I used to like Iceman. God, the writing he's got in recent years, it's terrible. NYX was just a bad name for a book, plus that name had a really bad history. Plus, the book was just not good. Yeah. I never read the original version of it, but yeah, I think this most recent one was had a bunch of Academy X characters in it, and God, it was just a really awful book. I think at one point they had Prodigy beating Hellion in a one-on-one fight. Yeah, Prodigy, whose mutant power is he learns he telepathically learns new skills really quickly, and then forgets them after the person he learns them from like walks away or something. Hellion's an Omega telekinetic. The only way frickin' Prodigy wins that fight is if Hellion forgets how to use his powers. And that's basically exactly what happened. So stupid. And because Prodigy's a gay black man, Hellion's a white dude, so of course the white dude has to lose the fight. Man, that book sucked. Question: how do you feel about Paul in the comics going bye-bye? I just found out about that. I haven't read the book yet. I've seen the panel. I've seen one panel where he apparently dies. I haven't read the book yet. I will get back to you when I have. But better late than never. But yeah, Paul can go. He will not be missed. Do you think Iceman will be in season 2 of 97? Possibly. There's been a lot of people theorizing that Bishop and Forge will put together some kind of new makeshift team to save their friends who are stuck in the past and future. And Iceman was one of the characters on Forge's pegboard in his office in the season 1 finale. So it's possible Iceman could be on that team. They have confirmed that there's going to be 2 new teams this season. We know X Factor is going to be one of them. They were in the trailer. I'm assuming X Force will be the other one, but they will round up some of these other characters to help them save their friends. Iceman could be in that group. If he's not, then I don't think he'll be appearing in season 2. Because there's so many balls in the air in season 2. There's so many characters and so many stories they have to cover. I don't know how they're going to fit it all in. Hi Thorias, glad I'm able to make it to one of your streams. Been a big fan of your reviews, and I even got my friend to start watching you. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much. I'm glad you finally made it to one of the streams. I am trying to give more notice about these things. Because I had a notice about this one yesterday. You know, in the future, I will try to give more advanced notice. Yeah, they made Iceman OP. He can create sentient ice golems. They turned him into Elsa. Yeah. Yeah. It's like so many comic writers these days, it's like their go-to idea for almost every character is to just make them more powerful. They're doing it with Jean Grey, they're doing it with Storm, they did it with Iceman. It never works. You just know they're going to have to undo this later on. Because a lot of those characters, you know, Jean and Storm especially, they become so OP that you cannot use them in team books anymore. You can't do it. I mean, Jean is... I mean, she's become the Phoenix now permanently. And, you know, there's a message board that I post on. You know, there's a discussion about this. And I've said multiple times, like, a lot of the people there are complaining that, you know, that Jean has no presence in the comics right now. And they never bring her back to Earth. And my contention is, yeah, they can't bring her back. Because she's so powerful that if you bring her back, she can solve every problem the X-Men are facing with a single thought. And then you don't have a story anymore. So she has to stay out in space and just do Phoenix stuff. But they gave her her own book where she was doing Phoenix stuff out in space, and guess what? It got canceled. Because people didn't care. Also, the book sucked. You know, you could have Jean without the Phoenix back on Earth and do stuff with her. But if you make Jean the Phoenix, you've trapped her in a box. Suddenly, she's so OP that you can't use her anymore. Because she just solves too many problems. And you can't write a story that has stakes and and drama and tension, and you can't do that when one of the people on your team is a freaking god who can do anything. What's Mr. Sinister to the Phoenix? Nothing. What's Nimrod to the Phoenix? Nothing. She tops everybody. They're like insects to her. This is why I hate the Phoenix. They're doing the same thing with Storm now. Apparently Storm, I'm not reading the Storm book, but I guess she's like cosmically powered somehow, or I guess she's been empowered by some kind of higher being. I don't know what that's... I don't know what's going on with that Storm book. The art is really spectacular, from what I've said. Yeah, they're making the same mistake with Storm now, and you just know they're going to have to take that all back eventually. They're going to have to, because at some point they're going to want to use Storm in team books anymore, and you can't do it if she's that powerful. You just can't. For the same reason you can't have Jean in team books right now. Frankly, the same reason you can't have Iceman in team books right now. And they're trying to put Iceman back in team books, and it's not working. Are you excited for Supergirl and or Lanterns? You know, I was not enthused by the Lanterns trailer. Making a show about space cops, and it's all in some, like, podunk, like, backwater like some kind of murder mystery thing where Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart like never used their rings. What? Like where are the aliens? Like shouldn't they be out in space doing stuff? That is it's so weird. Supergirl. Supergirl. It looks way too much like Guardians of the Galaxy. I get that's James Gunn's wheelhouse, but it's different. It's a different. It's a different company. It's different characters. I mean, he makes. I noticed this in Superman too. Like, I didn't completely dislike Superman, but I mean, I said in that review when I talked about that movie, it's a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with Superman characters, and it seems like they're doing. It's the same approach every time. I don't know. I'm trying to keep an open mind about it, but the Supergirl trailer, I got weird vibes from it, man. I think Millie Alcock looks the part. You know, she looks like Supergirl. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's good. Guardians of the Galaxy reskinned thing with this Supergirl movie. And it worked. It worked for Guardians of the Galaxy. I love those films. But it's the same thing every time now. Is Mario 2 the next review? Most likely, yeah. Yeah, I think that movie comes out this weekend. Yeah, so I think the earliest show's probably on Thursday. Yeah, so I'll go see those. And Mario Galaxy should be the next movie review to come out. Yeah. All right, I'm just I'm just looking over here, wondering which PNG of somebody flipping off the algorithm I should use now, because I've got like a whole batch of them sitting right here on my desktop. Got Okada flipping someone off here. I think he's flipping off Konosuke Takeshita on this one. I'll probably use that one. I get so many of those from AEW. You have no idea. Okay. Mario Galaxy, I think is going to be fun. Sure hope so. I mean, I love the first one. I think we're getting into the adapting the games I haven't played now, though. So I don't know if I'll get all the references, but should be fun. If it's like the first one, I'm very much looking forward to it. Excuse me. That's about it. Mario Galaxy is personally my favorite game in the series. Okay, well, I haven't played Mario Galaxy, so I am kind of wondering if we'll see cameos from like other Nintendo characters. Like, isn't Star Fox supposed to be in this one? I don't know. Just watching a video earlier where somebody mentioned that. Like, can we get a Metroid movie at some point? I would love that. I played Metroid so much as a kid, and that was one of the few games that I actually could beat. I played that one all the way through so many times. Guys, I'm sorry about my voice. I mean, I'd say it's allergy season, but I mean, every season is allergy season for me, unfortunately. Oh, boy. Also, I think I've been slurring my speech a little bit today. Yeah, that is unavoidable. I mentioned this once or twice. I think I'm doing Invisalign right now to kind of adjust my teeth. I don't have them. I don't have them in right now, but that does make speaking a little more difficult because your teeth are being shifted around. I do recommend those actually, though, because I was having a lot of pain in my teeth prior to those, and this pretty much fixed the pain instantly. And my back bottom teeth are actually straight now, which is nice. Now, I still got like months and months to go with those things, but my teeth are much straighter. That's good. I'm just seeing the orthodontist on Tuesday, actually. Yeah, but it's been working out well. I just speaking is a little bit more difficult until I'm done with those. Opinion on the Batman prep time argument? Don't really have one. I guess some people think like the prep time argument is an excuse to make Batman a Mary Sue character, Gary Stu, whatever. It's saying, oh no, if he has time to prep, he can beat anybody. You have time to plan and make and prepare the environment and whatnot. He can beat anyone. Yeah, because he's fucking Batman. Um, some people think that makes him a Mary Sue. Well, you know what? I mean, he's literally the most popular comic book character in the entire industry. So if it doesn't work with Batman, who does it work with? I mean, can you really understand why they want to make Batman? Why the writers want to make Batman as awesome as possible? I mean, Batman's got the few comics that actually still sell. Man, you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Had a post in the community tab the other day. Gave people a little health update. Oh, is it pronounced Thorias? I've always thought it was Thorias. Yeah, it's Thorias. Um, it always weirds me out when people get the name wrong. They call me Thor for some reason. I don't know why. That one always seems weird to me. Or some people think it's like Viking related. Like, no, it's a name from Futurama. Yeah. It's from the episode where Farnsworth creates a team of genetic mutants to fight to beat the Harlem Globetrotters at basketball. Yeah, I think one of the mutants was named Thorias. That's where that name came from. Uh, yeah, you okay? So yeah, feeling all right. Not great, but we do what we can. I made a post in the community tab a couple days ago. Gave people a little update. I don't know if you saw that, but apparently last summer, the doctor diagnosed me with sleep apnea, and it's a mild case. So I didn't qualify for the CPAP machine, but doctor said it would be helpful if I lost a few pounds. And so I started going to the gym, and since then I've lost 13 pounds. And so I'm under my goal weight now. And I'd continue going to the gym because I figured, if I get into better shape, I might live longer. So that's nice. I like being skinnier. I think I look better. I am still sick with something. Mainly, headaches and allergy symptoms, which is why my throat is a little, stressed. But it's not going to kill me. Yeah, 13 pounds. Congrats. Yeah, I'm. As of my last weigh-in, I'm at 177. I wonder how much skinnier I could get. If I take off much more, it's like you gotta work just to keep the weight off. And to do this, I had to cut out carbs. And I really miss potatoes. I miss mashed potatoes. I really do. It is nice being skinny, though. My stomach is flat now. That's pretty cool. I wonder if I should get like a tighter T-shirt, because I prefer baggy clothes, but now it's like, I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm skinny now, skinnier. Yeah, I should get a shirt that shows that off. Who knows? So I think that's about it. Unless you guys have any more questions, we can wrap this thing up. Okay. We can end with this one. Have you seen Invincible Season 4? Because I've been watching it, and it's been amazing. I haven't seen Invincible Season 4 yet. I know it started, and there are a couple episodes in. I want to see it. I haven't gotten around to it, because I don't know, I just haven't had the time. Because, I mean, One Piece Season 2 is dropped now. I gotta watch that too. Every time I do, like, I run into something that I gotta deal with first. Because there's One Piece, there's Invincible. Also, we got Mario Galaxy coming up in a couple days, and I want to shift into that gear. Also, I got my taxes to worry about. I gotta set aside some time to deal with that. Look at this. On the 13th, this is what I'm dealing with right now for taxes. Look at this. Look at all this. These are my taxes. You guys see this? Yeah. All these I have to file. Good Lord. So I'm stressing out about that. So I gotta go to the library to print all this stuff out, because I don't have a printer here. So I gotta make trip after trip, just printing out all this other stuff. Oh God. I will get to Invincible Season 4. I want to see it. I'm dying to see it. I've got other stuff. Other stuff keeps getting in the way. Maybe when we get done with all the paperwork, I can focus on Invincible. Yeah, I hear One Piece Season 2 was very good, though. Cool. I want to see it. I saw Critical Drinker's review of it. He seemed to really like it, so cool. I hear it's really good. I haven't gotten there yet. Really do want to watch Invincible, though. Invincible's awesome. I love that show. Okay, you know what? I think we can call it there. I gotta get something to eat. Maybe that'll help my throat here. But thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know if we will do these things on Sunday every week. That may change, because this week we got Mario Galaxy that I gotta do first. And maybe we can maybe we could do it on Wednesday this week. I don't know. We'll see. But as usual, I'll always post a notice in the community tab about these live streams. I will try to give you guys as much notice as I can. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. Does it say here? Yeah. Darkened 83 and Brad James 4106. Thank you very much. And thank you for tuning in. As usual, this stream will be set to private as soon as I end it, and then it'll be put on the live streaming channel in the next day or two. The link is in the description box. If you can't see the description box, it is Thorias Unlimited live streams. Just YouTube that. Do a search for that. It should be the first one to come up. And yeah, thank you very much. Again, I will talk to you guys soon in the next one, where we talk about episodes 2 and 3. Can't wait to talk about that. Can't wait to watch it. Until then, thanks for tuning in, and